riding the SO line today, red loop, in like slightly northern Minnesota, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, the SO line goes from, I might be wrong on this, so don't get me too wrong, but like St. Cloud all the way to Duluth or something. And it's like a straight line pretty much that cuts through all kinds of small towns, but it's just like a kind of slightly more uneven, maybe gravel road, kind of just like this, and a little bit wider that side-by-sides, ATVs use, and dirt bikes, and then in the winter snowmobiles ride it. But it connects all the small towns and everything like that, and it's pretty neat. And this is the red loop, which I'm not sure what it is exactly, but it's like a cool thing that takes you way out into the woods here, and so I'm cruising around on it today. I don't know exactly where I am or anything, but I'm having fun, so you know, enjoying it. And picnic area, but yeah, I'm just riding around. This is the first video you watched on my channel. I have all kinds of off-roading videos and street riding videos. I'm on a 2021 KTM 690 and it's street legal, and so I ride it on the street, I ride it off-road. Like today I'm doing like double tracks, 2 tracks, I don't even know what you call this, but yesterday I did some single track, and then I did some super cool, beautiful riding, and it was awesome. Let's see where we are. I have no idea. You are here. I have no idea which way to go. I'm just gonna keep going this way and hope for the best. But yeah, so I ride around street, off-road, single track, everything. I do all kinds of, I ride around a bunch of abandoned places, my other videos, but I talk about Jesus while I ride usually. Today I just did a couple videos about that, but yeah, I talk about Jesus and I ride my motorcycle around and I motovlog about it. And God is super good and he's awesome, and so I glorify him with my interest of riding motorcycles. So check out my other videos. If you aren't sure about that kind of stuff, stay for the cool riding and you'll enjoy it. So I have no idea which way. Let's see. There's a forest road. You are here. There's a bullet hole right in the middle. I'm gonna guess I take this one. Alright, hopefully you guys didn't just see that in my video that I just now going around a circle here. That was rather embarrassing. I don't particularly, you know what? I'm hitting the forest road. Apparently this is a trail now, not a forest road. You know, I'm always hesitant to ride through these super deep mud puddles because apparently this is a trail actually, who knows. But yeah, I don't want to go through the puddle and then find out it's like 5 feet deep. So ask me why I worry. Never on this motorcycle at least, but on actual dirt bikes I've ridden into some of those holes and then they turn out to be like 3 feet, 4 feet deep, and I'm like, what am I doing in here? Boots soaking wet. But cruising through the woods, it's a super nice trail. Yesterday I did Trout Valley and Snake Creek out near Winona and Wabasha. I think it's like between those two towns, and those trails, let's see, Snake Creek I think is where I went first, and it was terrible because it was a giant mud pit. That's all it was. One of the largest mud pits you've ever seen. See, like that gets a little deep. I don't really care that much, but yeah, what was it? That one place was the biggest mud pit, and it was like going up and down little mountains that are like bluffs, and it was super like greasy, as they say. Like the top inch of the mud was just pure like slipperiness, and I'm trying to ride down the side of like what feels like a 1,000,000-foot tall super steep mountain, and I'm absolutely getting cooked in it. This doesn't look like something I should try. It's like a big mud pit. We will avoid that. But so it would be an awesome place to ride. Like that place, I will probably go back one day after about 1,000,000 days of 100-degree temperatures, pure sun, not a drop of rain in the sky, and a drought, because that was the most miserable experience on any off-road trail I've ever had, trying to go down a mountain with like rocks everywhere and pure slick mud. I mean, there was like no traction. And then Trout Valley, I think, is the second one I went to, and it was really good, but I was like having a blast. It was super nice trails. It was kind of like Snake Creek, but the trails were dry, and so I was having a good time. And then suddenly I come to like 1,000-foot long, like quarter mile or half mile of just straight utter, like, I wouldn't call them boulders or anything, but they were like massive rocks. They weren't just like, it wasn't like gravel. It's like these people took huge rocks, you know, and then just piled them on the trail down this. And so I'm like going at like 1 mile per hour, like thumping over these massive rocks for like 20 minutes trying to get down. And then I accidentally took a snowmobile trail into super deep grass in the woods, and it turned into being one of the more unfun things ever. It wasn't too bad, but once I got out of there, I was like, alright, I'm done for the day. It needs to be drier and less rocky. You know, this is a dual sport, this KTM. This is like, yesterday when I went off-roading, I rode it an hour and 40 minutes there. I mean, and I rode an hour and 40 minutes home. This was not like, you know, I'm taking a motorbike or something. Like, I rode this thing an hour and 40 minutes there, and now I'm riding down the side of like what feels like a mountain of giant rocks on like wet, slippery, muddy tires. I was fine. I'm so very surprisingly did not drop this, didn't break anything, and I rode it an hour and 40 minutes home. But yeah, like, you look at all this mud, this was nothing compared to the crap I was in yesterday. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, this place is, woo! I got way more air on that than I expected. My back end also kicked way out to the right, probably because I'm on the throttle too much. And on top of this, after I just gave you all that review, you know, it sucked and all, but to add to my troubles, I possibly have the world's most worn Aniki Michelin Wild tire on the back. That is like almost street racing slick, so that did not help. Today, I may still be riding on it, because that was only yesterday, and that's why I can do burnouts. Just roast my rear tire on anything. Hey, look at this. Who wants to ride it? But yeah, so it's not too bad. And then on this stuff, it's fine. It's just, I have a new tire, and I thought about getting him to change it this morning, but I don't know. I had to drive to go pick up a truck to put my motorcycle in to bring it up here, and then I had to drive back down to where I live, pick it back up, and then drive another like hour up here. So it was already like 4 hours of driving today just to get here, and I didn't want to have to throw in hoping that they get my rear tire changed. And these dual sport tires have like such stiff sidewalls that if you have 0 psi in them, you can't even tell there's no air. Like, you can ride it and it would be I rode it like one time like 20 miles with no air in the tire, and I didn't even notice. And it was fine, didn't even hurt the tire, just reinflated it. They got crazy stiff sidewalls, so I mean, I thought I'd consider maybe trying to change it on my own, but probably a bad idea. Don't want to mess up my rim. For 60 bucks, might as well. And I like them balanced because I do ride this thing on the street a fair amount, you know, and I don't want to be shaking around. This is fun, but I'm ready to be back on the main line, and I have no idea how far away that is. Probably a long ways. These trails are definitely built more for like ATVs or side-by-sides, but being that I'm on a dual sport, oh, big rock. I can't believe I don't bend my rim on this thing, hitting huge rocks like that all the time. I probably just bent it because I said that. But on a dual sport, this is like a rider's dream, because I still get to do all the off-road stuff, but it's not as hard because I'm lazy. How do I want to hit this one? Ooh, a giant mud pit. How exciting. And then a big wall where I could go fast around it, but I don't trust self. I am very conservative riding this thing because I don't want to crash it. It's not, you know, like a dirt bike, you can crash it a lot and it doesn't really, you maybe break a lever or something, like not a huge deal. This thing is pretty sensitive, you know, and dropping it lightly, it's like whoops here. Jeez Louise. This thing is very sensitive to crashes. This is pretty slippery too, so I'm trying not to go too fast, otherwise I just rip it over that. Just that little area was super wet. The rest of this is not bad. This is sandy though. It's tough. Ooh. You know, yesterday, I haven't said it during the video, I was complaining like crazy. I was mad. I was like going down the mud hill, and then I had to go down the world's biggest rock hill and everything. It was terrible. And I was like, I know the GoPro is gonna make it look like, you know, this is like the slightest incline in the history of the world. And I looked back and I was absolutely right. So you can barely tell how miserable it was. When you stand way back, you can see how big the bluffs are, and then you can be like, oh, you just rode straight down that. It probably was steep. So like right here, I don't mind getting a little speed over all the bumps. It's gotta be dry enough. Trust in my front wheel doesn't come out. Here they are again. The second I stand up, they go away. They shake me around like a baby, and then I stand up and they're gone. I was like, what in the nation of tar? Alright, I'm ready for the normal line again. Where it be? Ah! I'm back! Oh, never mind, I'm not back. Jeez Louise, what is this? Wish me luck. Oh, my tire! Okay, hold on. Ugh. I should have thought about that. Alright, guys. Anyone trust in this? Why is the water red? Why is it getting deep? Alright, way deeper than I expected. Oh! Alright. I'm wet. Not the fun way. I'm just kidding. What are you just talking about? I meant sweating. Jeez. Pervert. Alright. My butt hurts. I'm 26-year-old, guys. I've got a lot of years on these old joints. I work a hard job, you know, a hard blue-collar job. I sit in a chair and fly an airplane all day. Uses lots of muscles, right? I click the autopilot button and I stare out the window and dissociate for like 8 hours straight. That's my normal day. Good thing I can come out here to places like this and rest my mind. Ew, there's like a centipede squirming through the water. This is why I'm so grossed out by mud. Ew. Alright, this is going on the internet. Try to act normal. Ugh. Why does my front wheel look bent? Uh-oh. It's fine. Just a little wobbly. If I simply tighten up the spokes, maybe it'll help a little bit. I think it's because I just rammed giant tree logs with my bike at full speed. See, there's another one. What are those? They're just like in the water, squirming left and right. It's pretty gross. Alright, well, enjoying the journey on the red loop. Very muddy. You know, all my previous riding to this has been very dry, so all this mud out here is slightly unexpected. It's not the end of the world. If you're wondering what I feel about this motorcycle, I've only had it a couple months, I guess. Probably less than 6 months. I don't know. I've done a ton of stuff to it. If you haven't noticed yet, I have the Recluse auto clutch, wings exhaust, raid garage intake. Cannot get the aux fuel tank that I got with it to fit, and it is sitting exactly where they say to sit on the front frame crossover bar thing, and then on the rear bracket I have all set correctly according to all the YouTube videos. Sits perfectly on them, and it does not fit with my seat concept seat. And then I thought, oh, maybe it's because it's an aftermarket seat, and I put my OEM one on and it still doesn't fit. And I emailed them and they said, try again, or you messed it up. So maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I guess I'll find out. But I have all kinds of mods to this thing. I have some walk around videos of all the stuff I've done to it, but they don't really show quite everything, really. So I also have it geared different, all kinds of other stuff. Wow, this is really taking forever to get back to the line. I also did a video about what I like about it, what I don't like about it. After today's ride, I fully plan to change my tire. I think we made it back. Who would have thought? Not me. I bet we're not back, and I'm just being rused. Is this it? Is this it? This is it. Alright. That's it for today, guys. You gotta see the off-roading a little bit. My bike smells like mud. Why can I not get it in neutral? There we are. Alright. Any comments, questions? Check out my other videos. I talk all about Jesus and following him. God is great. So check those out, and hopefully you enjoyed today's riding. And the red line, I think is what it's called, on the SO line up in Minnesota. See you guys.